what have I been saying the Democrats should do in the next election cycle, Chris?
Run on Obamacare, not from it.
You know who else thinks so?
Who?
Representative Jan Schakowsky, the rockin' Congresswoman from the great state of Illinois. Hello, Congresswoman.
Hi, Steph. It's great to talk to you.
It is great to talk to you. We were saying with the equal pay debate, I was saying I believe Representative Schakowsky should get paid double what every other congressperson gets because you are just that good.
No.
You are twice as good.
Equal.
You are twice as good.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, President Clinton and other people have said this, but I've been saying this for a while, is you can't be scared. You got to run on Obamacare. This is a lot of good news, right? The latest RAND survey.
So here's the way I think we should run. When Republicans, how bad it is, the end of mankind, say, are you going to tell people with pre-existing conditions that they're no longer eligible? Do you want to go to senior citizens and tell them, well, you have to pay more for your prescription drugs? Or go to women and say, we think it was a good idea that you had to pay about 48% more for your health care. Just go right after them and say, what's your plan to take care of all these people, the millions of people who are now, many for the first time, having health insurance? Let me just read you the first line of a Chicago Trib article today. Meg Finnegan thought she might never be able to afford to have a baby. I mean, this woman had decided she could not have a baby because she couldn't afford it, and now she can.
Yeah. Yeah, and there are a lot of those actual stories, Congresswoman. And on the other side, these Obamacare horror stories have been debunked just one after the other, right?
Absolutely. I mean, they have told such tall tales. And you know what? The other thing is, I said to my Republican colleagues, what about constituent service? There have been some glitches. In my office, we're working to call the federal government and to call healthcare.gov and to resolve some of these problems. They would rather embrace some bad news stories or some mix-ups that have happened than to actually even try to fix them.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but as you say, numbers don't lie. This new RAND survey saying 9.5 million Americans have insurance now. And as you said, I don't know if you saw a lot of the tape people were playing of, I guess it was Eric Cantor on tape saying the year Obama, the Affordable Care Act passed, we will have all our alternative, we will have that to you by the end of this year. I mean,
Never.
It is exposed that they don't have any alternative, right?
No, there's no alternative. I really think that at worst, it's off the table now. And at best, we're highlighting it, helping to certainly not running away from it. Look, anytime politically you're on defense, you're losing. That we need to take the offense, and they have no plan. They've never had a plan.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you Googled, I think a lot of people talked about this. If you Googled "doomed," how many stories have we seen? Obamacare's doomed. Democrats are doomed in the 2014 elections, and I just think, look, pretty much every conventional storyline has turned out to be wrong from the mainstream media, right?
Every story has been wrong, and why there hasn't been. Actually, I should say the media has done a pretty good job of actually looking into some of those stories and finding that they were never right to begin with. Some of the people out there, no matter what you tell them, they'll say, "Well, that's a lie."
Right.
You can't do anything about them. But the facts do speak for themselves. Millions and millions of people, and you can't even put a price tag on peace of mind, knowing that when your kids go off to school, if they fall off their bike, get hurt in sports, that you're going to be able to afford to take care of them.
Right.
Priceless, right?
Right.
Priceless.
Well, I mean, and speaking of plans that they have come forward with, the headline I'm reading this morning, Ryan budget offers Democrats a life raft for midterm messaging. Just in time, Paul Ryan has come forward with yet another horrible budget, right?
Oh, so horrible. These dramatic cuts in education. Once again, ending Medicare as we know it by turning it into a voucher program. All the things that really help people, significant cuts. And then $200,000 tax break for people who have $1 million, make $1 million.
Yeah. I think they were so sure, too, that, Obamacare was going to be a slam dunk to run against in 2014. As you say, it's interesting how, now they're confronted with the numbers, and I don't think they have a strategy yet, do they? They're either saying, they're cooking the books, the numbers aren't real, all those
That's
people
pretty
haven't paid
pathetic.
for it.
You know, that is that. If that's the best they got, that is sad. But yes, the Ryan budget repeals Obamacare, except for any of the savings that the Democrats had achieved. He keeps in his budget, so he keeps the reductions in spending and and cuts all the benefits.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, repeals all the benefits, but the savings that we had achieved, he keeps.
Representative Howe, I mean, obviously, between gerrymandering and all this, you know, this horrible Supreme Court decision and all the campaign cash, I mean, nobody's saying 2014 is going to be easy, right? But
Nobody's saying that. But, you know, the same punditry for 2006 that said there's no way that we could win the House is at work right now for 2014. And I just disagree. And Stephanie, the key is women.
Yep.
If women get out to vote, and why wouldn't they? I mean, the war on women is not just about access to contraception or reproductive rights. This is an attack on women and our pocketbooks, our paychecks. They're just going crazy today about equal pay.
Right.
You know?
And we were saying, hey, guess who benefits when women get equal pay? Men, a lot of times, and they're in the rest of the woman's family, right?
And that's why the support for paycheck fairness is overwhelming in the population, because, of course, this is about family budgets, not just about women's budgets. This is about taking care of children. And so, absolutely. And now that, you know, but the president, this is just a political ploy. Well, thank goodness he sees the politics of helping women. This is a good thing.
Well, after he's just pulled off this political scheme of, you know, helping people get affordable health care. I mean,
I know.
He would stop at nothing, wouldn't he?
Right.